All right, Joker is back, people. Joker is back, and he is triple-doubling on his return from an extended injury. I think he missed a couple of weeks. I'm not sure about the number of games, but he basically just started doing what he was doing before he got hurt, which is triple-doubling and leading his team to victory. Final score 127-117 against the Milwaukee Bucks, who were actually dealt a pretty massive blow when they found out that Damian Lillard was going to have a health issue dealing with a blood clot medical concern. He's probably going to miss the rest of the season, and that's unfortunate, and we hope for a complete and speedy recovery and improvement in his situation. But the Bucks just don't have the firepower to deal with the Nuggets. Guys, I am telling you, the Nuggets are absolutely championship contenders. That is not hyperbole. This team has a good coach. They have one of the greatest players we've probably seen in the modern NBA, and they have a good supporting cast with defenders and, you know, players that have flexibility and range and, you know, fulfilling their roles and cohesiveness and all those things that you need a team to have to compete in the playoffs and for a title. They have it, and they got it in spades. Seriously, it's not an exaggeration. In my opinion, it's them and it's the Thunder. You know, they have what they need to compete for a title. I'm not saying they're going to win a championship. I'm saying that they have the ingredients to do it. Executing it is something totally different. There's a lot of wild cards, but damn it, they have it. So Joker, fresh off injury, comes into the game and gets a triple-double. I'm looking at some of these numbers. The Nuggets looked good with him. I mean, first quarter, the Nuggets scored 38 points. Now, the Bucks valiantly fought back, right? They kind of flipped the script a little bit. The game was very close at halftime, but then the Nuggets were just able to hold them off the rest of the way. Maybe if they had Dame Lillard, it would have been a slightly different story, but they just couldn't score enough to keep up with the Nuggets, who are mostly healthy from what I could tell. Okay, so looking at some of the kind of like the box score stuff, the Nuggets shot better from the field. They took more free throws, you know, so they were able to get more paint points. They took a little bit better care of the ball with less turnovers. They were more active defensively in terms of, you know, playing for steals, and they out-rebounded the Bucks. I mean, they basically had the edge in a lot of those areas. Not in a huge way. They didn't dominate the Bucks, but I mean, it's just too much. That, you know, without Dame, like I was saying, maybe with Dame it would have been a different outcome. But I mean, let's be serious here. You got the MVP of the league, right? And Giannis is a former MVP too, but I just think collectively as a team, the Nuggets are too good. You got 23 points from Michael Porter Jr. You got 39 from Joker, who was also 3 of 6 from 3. He gave you 10 rebounds, 2 of them were offensive, and he gave you 10 assists. You know, a very well-rounded effort. A lot of people say that, you know, these are like empty calorie triple doubles. I've never heard of that in my life. I have no idea what that even means. Like, it's not an accident to get 10 rebounds. It's not an accident to get 10 assists. It's not an accident to get 39 points. He's the reason why they're good. I mean, there are good players and good teammates on the Nuggets, but he's very deserving of MVP considerations. You guys know my vote would go to SGA, but if Joker was to win it, I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not thrilled about it because I think SGA deserves it based on the outcomes he's getting, but I mean, what the hell is wrong with the guy who's averaging triple doubles, who's able to score 40 points a night? You know, it's pretty amazing, you know, as well-rounded as he is offensively. I know that sometimes he's a little inconsistent with his defensive effort, but the guy is really, really good, you know. And then to kind of add to the support, Jamal Murray 17. I think he was 1 of 7 from 3, so not a great game. Christian Brown was excellent, 19 points, 3 of 6 from 3. He got you 10 rebounds. And then off the bench, Peyton Watson gave you a little bit as they were able to edge out the Bucks. For the Bucks, you know, obviously without Dame Lillard, other guys got to step up. AJ Green, 15 points. Ryan Holland, 17 points. Those guys off the bench. Giannis, you know, not being available, you know, that kind of hurts, right? How are you going to compete without your guys? You know, but I want to say, you know, I want to give a shout out to the Bucks for playing it hard, right? No Giannis, no Dame Lillard. Brook Lopez dropped 26. Taurean Prince 15. Kuz got you 10. You probably needed more from Kuz. 16 from Gary Trent Jr. And to round things out, Kevin Porter Jr. 12. Just not enough firepower. So kudos and shouts out to the Bucks for fighting valiantly. You know, and unfortunately, they just didn't have the horses. But telling you guys, the Nuggets, I'm not saying they're a championship team because they beat the Bucks without their best 2 players. I'm just saying that this guy misses games. He comes back and he just picks up right where he left off. All right, now in terms of looking down the line, who are the Nuggets playing in the future? You know, what is it going to look like down the line? They've got, I think, the Jazz on Friday, and then they've got the Wolves on Tuesday, and then it's the Spurs and the Warriors. So they've got very winnable games and a couple of tougher ones. I'd say the Wolves are going to be a good matchup for them, and I think the Warriors are going to be a good matchup for them. Look for the Nuggets to round out into shape going into this last part of the season as they kind of get ready and prepared for the playoffs. And you're looking at the seedings, you know, they're in third currently. They're like 1 game or 1.5 behind the Rockets. Nobody's going to catch the Thunder, but they will want to vie for that second spot, because who you're going to end up playing could potentially be some combination of Wolves, Warriors, Clippers in all likelihood, right? Who do you want to play? Who you end up playing? I guess it could matter. Anyways, Joker is back. MVP form. Excellent performance by him. Absolutely an MVP candidate. I don't like it when people talk down on Joker. I do think SGA deserves the MVP this year, but you really can't shit on this guy. Joker is special. He's amazing. When we look back on Joker and his dominance over the last several years, you know, I think his greatness will show. Anyways, tell me what you guys think about the Nuggets' chances at a playoff run, a deep playoff run, and contending for a title. And tell me what you think about Joker for MVP. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Check out some more of our videos. We'll see you on the next one.